Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Now, just want to let you guys know that these thoughts are before I read the spoilers that you're about to hear. So, like, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? If anything is off or whatever, look, we tried, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man. JJK. Alright, guys, it's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, man. We're about to talk about Takaba, the comedian, the funny man himself, against the actual all-time historian. You know what I'm saying? The 10,000-year-old fossil. You know what I'm saying? That woman, guy, person that likes to get their back blown out just for the sake of it. The commitment of evil just to see what the fuck will happen. That one that, like, if you like interesting and the same level as him, he fucks with you. Otherwise, he hates you. You know what I'm saying? So that motherfucker Kenjaku, but that guy Kenjaku really about that business, you know what I'm saying? So we got Kenjaku in this chapter, man, and in the last chapter, and he meets up with Takaba, the comedian, and I just have an idea of what I think the students' plan is or was, right? I think that the students, maybe Angel, I don't know. I don't see like Utah or Hakari allowing somebody that they don't think is strong enough to go out there. But I can see Angel willing to do some kind of shit like that. Like, I feel like Angel is like, at the same time, I don't know, maybe not, because Angel hasn't done anything negative either type shit, but she is, or they are a old sorcerer type vibe, so maybe, you know what I'm saying, I just feel like they'd have a bit more rootlessness in the streak, like they might not be willing to take over the host completely, even though that would have friggin' ended the series, you know what I'm saying, because Jacob's ladder might be one of the most OP moves in history, definitely one of the most OP moves in JJK, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, so I just feel like the plan was probably to use Takaba because they felt like Takaba can't get damaged. They probably got that information from Yuji. And you know what I'm saying, and even before they met up with the other guys, they probably got that from Megami. Yuji and them met up with Megami earlier, so maybe they got information from Megami and then from Yuji and yada yada yada. But listen, I think they probably were like, yo, let's send this guy over. You know what I'm saying? He can stall him. Maybe get Kenjaku to use his domain expansion. And then, we just keep an eye out. Have Meme's crew hiding somewhere that Kenjaku will find hard. And then send somebody over. Fuck it, even if he does, send somebody over the second he uses his domain. Break Takaba out of the domain expansion. And then fight Kenjaku while he's on cursed energy burnout, cursed technique burnout. And that means you have a higher probability of just taking him out in one fell swoop. Because if you really think about it, right, killing Sukuna is important, but Sukuna isn't trying to do a merger and kill the whole world. Like, Sukuna was alive in the Heian era and just kind of chilled and did his shit. And if he wanted to kill, he killed. But half the time, he was just probably chilling and eating people. You know what I mean? But Kenjaku wants to merge the whole fucking world with Tengen. You know what I'm saying? All of Japan with Tengen. And wants to create like a crazy abnormality, anomaly, whatever. Just because for the fucking kicks and laughs and giggles. You know what I mean? Like, Sukuna is like, okay, sure, if that's what you want to do. But he, at the same time, he's not trying to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going out of his way to do shit like this. But guess who is? Sir Kung Fu Kenny. The supervillain Kenny himself. Like, so I think Kenny's like the more important person to get rid of. Yes, Sukuna has more personal grudges with the characters and protagonists, but like simultaneously, Sukuna isn't as much of a problem to the world as Kenjaku is, because Sukuna lived in the Heian era, but he didn't take over the world because he probably didn't give a shit. Kenjaku, on the other hand, doesn't even give a shit about that either. He just wants to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Just because, fuck it, if I can, let's try it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy thing about it. This motherfucker has been thinking and trying to figure out ways to do his devious deeds for 1,000 years type shit. You know what I mean? So, and unlike Sukuna, who was locked away for a lot of those years, Kenjaku was never locked away. He was living throughout, bro, trying out different shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Probably all type of orgies he was getting involved in. This boy was doing anything and everything on God, bro. But yeah, so I'm really excited to kind of see what will happen in this chapter. But I think, you know what I'm saying, they probably sent Takaba out to stall him. And, maybe send Maki after, because Maki can't be traced. as easily. So, you know, because if you send somebody like Utah, you know, with the amount of freaking curse energy he has, you know what I'm saying? I actually saw that spoiler panel about, you know, the second, like the colonies and how many people can, whenever they leave like the colony, and like the curse energy displacement and shit like that. Yeah, so I think that, like, you know, Maki can slip out because, you know, even though Kenjaku thinks he can spot her, I don't truly believe that. Like, I think he's overestimating himself sometimes. And I think, you know, she can slip out, pull up, and slash, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, catch him off guard while he's busy with Takaba. So I think that's probably the plan. And obviously Utah is still, you know, has to take care of Sukuna, because at the end of the day, like, you know, if Sukuna wins, like, Sukuna can probably do the merger too if he wants. You know what I mean? He can just be like, Kenjaku, I owe you one, I'll do the merger. You know what I mean? So, like, even though Kenjaku's the one more actively doing it and doesn't give a fuck if Sukuna lives or dies, Sukuna might also be like, fuck it, I'm kind of bored anyway. Let me see what this merger is, and gets one shot by this merger. Like, we never know. You know, it's Jujutsu Kaisen. You really do not know. That's why I love a Gege. That's why I want to do a video tomorrow. I'm going to do a video about why I think Gege is such a really interesting writer. You know what I'm saying? And great in certain aspects. He has his weaknesses, but maybe I'll make a separate video for his weaknesses, because I just kind of want to praise his work one time for the one time only. Even though he killed my goat. Gojo, come back. I believe. It's not Kopio, man. Stop tripping, man. I believe. The goat, Gojo Satu, the white-haired phoenix who returned to us as a calamity beyond all calamities, and he will show the world that he is the great one, the best one, the only one. Anyways, that's what I kind of think is going to happen in the next chapter, and I think that's kind of was the plan. Maybe they underestimated Kenny to a degree, because I feel like, I know, like, you know, his powers are supposed to, Takaba's powers can rival Gojo's, even though I think the actual scan said that it can affect even the likes of Satoru Gojo. But, you know, domain expansions do exist, and again, maybe that was the hope, so that, you know, he can break out of it. They can have a domain cooldown or whatever, curse energy, burnout, whatever. But also, you know, I think there has to be a weakness to the comedy thing. A lot of people are saying that it's probably that if he doesn't find something funny, but yeah, it could be that, but I think it could potentially be something else. I think it's Kenjaku, if of all people, should be able to find it, because he's probably the smarter sorcerer out of everyone. I would say Sukuna is maybe the greatest, because if he sees something, he can immediately do it. But I don't think Sukuna is ultra creative. Like, he doesn't just come up with shit on the fly. You know what I'm saying? He meticulously plans and then executes. While I think Kenjaku can just figure shit out, and kind of similar to Gojo in that way, where they'll kind of like wing it and see what the fuck happens type of sorcerers. You know what I mean? So I think I can see him figuring it out for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really see Kenjaku coming up with a plot, or seeing through the curse technique, and then knowing its weakness, and then obviously just taking advantage. Listen, I predict and have predicted, even on Twitter, that I think he does it in this chapter. I think in this chapter he murks him, or somebody pulls up, but I could be completely wrong. But we're gonna see. I think I will check out the spoilers after this video, because you know, there's so many panels flying around at this point on Twitter that it's kind of hard to not see it. But I don't really like talking about the actual spoilers, so I just like to give my own thoughts, and then, you know, if the spoilers are, if I'm proven right or wrong, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's more fun to it that way. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe. I'm out.